Wheel of Fortune has been moved, so we may bring you Larry McCarren's Locker Room. This week's episodes can be seen Tuesday through Saturday on WFRV TV5.
Who's your favorite Packer Hall of Famer?
They told me to say Bart Starr over there because they just wanted me to say that.
Live from the Holiday Inn City Center in downtown Green Bay, it's Larry McCarren's Locker Room. And now, here's your host, Packer Hall of Famer, Larry McCarren.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Locker Room Show. There's no place like first place. Aren't we clever? Before we get started, please say hello to our band, Mr. Dithers. Tonight's guest, he's young, he's talented, he's handsome, but most of all, he's tough. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm locker room welcome to a guy who does not believe in sliding, Brett Favre. Hats off to you for that courageous effort yesterday, Brett. How are you feeling? How you doing?
I'm feeling a lot better since we won the ball game, but it was a great lick. I never saw the guy coming, but I was not going to come out that, after that play, I had to come back and give it my best. Sure did that.
What's the prognosis on the injury?
Day to day right now, but it's Bear Week. That's all I got to say.
All right. It's very true. Before we get into the Bears, however, to me, the game boiled down to that final drive, 75 yards, 15, 16 plays. We're going to go through it play by play. Could you relive it with us? Oddly enough, it didn't start on the brightest of notes.
No, I was a little cold right there. That was a pass to one of my best friends, Mark Chimera, that I just kind of threw low, and then I threw a soft one to Ed West. Both of them were my fault. And Ed probably is a little mad at me right now. But right now, we had to suck it up and do our best. And Ed made a great catch, took the lick, and got the first down. And from here on, it was, it was all downhill. And Edgar made a great run. And this is when your back's against the wall and you have to make a play.
And you go to your go-to guy, Sterling Sharp, huh?
Sterling's a great guy to go to in that situation. He made the play, made a great run afterwards, and Mark came up with some great catches for us. The offensive line did a great job in that situation.
And oddly enough, I mean, you were able to go to Sterling, and then when the game was on the line, and it was probably tough getting the ball most of the game, huh?
It was very tough. They did a great job. Tampa's not a bad team. They're very young. They have a good time playing, and that their backs was not against the wall. They had nothing to lose, so they came out and played their best, and I thought they did a great job.
You get a first down to Clayton right there without an inch to spare. How were you feeling? What was the talk about? Was there any talk, or were you guys all concentrating?
Well, there wasn't very much talk. My face was kind of numb. I really couldn't say too much. We got in the huddle. Everyone was cold. We knew our backs were against the wall. This was our last drive. If they got the ball back, they could kill the clock, and it was over. So we knew we had to go out, and this was either do or die.
Tough situation here. You get an incomplete pass, and then a holding penalty follows it. Another drop, and a holding penalty. You're looking at, before long, 2nd and 20 or something like that.
Well, you got to think Tampa's, they've already sewed it up. They're thinking we've won the ball game in their place. And, once again, our back's against the wall, and we say, hey, this is it. If we lose the game, at least we're going to go down trying. We haven't did anything all day, so let's make up for it right here.
Huge play to Mark Clayton. What a professional he is, huh?
Hey, this guy, has done it for 10 years, and this has not been one of his better years, and basically because we haven't got him the ball. But finally, when you get the ball to him, he makes the big plays. And now you're getting down in striking range. Ed West gets you inside the 10. A lot of confidence growing here. Oh, gray-beard Ed, he comes through every time.
Toolbox. And then you get the first down with an Edgar Bennett run. Did you feel like you had it all clicking at that point?
At this point, I really didn't feel like we were going to lose the ball game. I thought we were going to get it in. It was just a matter of Mike calling the right play.
Was this the right play? Ouch.
No, that was not the right play.
Now, Brett, tell us, what is going through your mind right there? You know what's at stake and everything, and you're hurting big time. What's going through your mind?
Well, I knew we had at least 2 more plays to score. It was 3rd down, And, you know, at that time, I knew we had to call timeout because I couldn't go back in and run a play at that time. So I went over and Mike had told Ty, he said, hey, get loose, you're going in. And I said, no way. You know, I love Ty to death. And there's no doubt that if he came in, he could do the job. But there was no way I was going to give it up, you know, after going that far.
Did it surprise you Mike called something where you have to roll out and throw the ball? I thought you were going to go in and hand it off.
No, you know, that's one of our best plays on the goal line, to roll out and throw the ball like that. And you have 4 receivers you can throw it to, and Sterling was the guy who got open.
Well, congratulations on a beautiful drive and once again a courageous effort on your part.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, take a break because it's time to head. Yes, let's hear it for Brett Favre. It's time to head to the chalkboard. The play in yesterday's game, a case of a good call, good play design, and good execution. Why was it a good call? Well, who expected Brett Favre to be rolling out after he couldn't walk the play before? Good design, let's take a look. One thing to notice, Tampa Bay is going to rush 4 people and drop back 7 into pass defense. A lot of folks to beat in a confined area. How the Packers going to do it? Let's snap the ball and find out. First thing to note now, Packers pull both their guards, Harry Galbraith, Doug Weidel, and they pull them away from where the play's going. Another thing to notice, Packers are running crossing backs. Darrell Thompson's headed this way, Edgar Bennett headed this way. Lots of confusing things going on. How's that affecting the Tampa Bay defense? Let's roll it forward and find out. If you'll notice right here, suddenly there's a whole bunch of Tampa folks in between the hashes. We got 1, we got 2, 3, 4, 5. Look back here, 6, 7, 8. 8 Tampa folks in between the hashes. And what are the Packers doing? They're going outside the hashes. Suddenly, there's an opportunity for passing lanes to develop. Now let's look at the execution portion of the play. Pick it up with Sterling Sharp, the wide receiver right here. Now, Tampa's not fools. They're going to double cover the guy. This guy's got Sterling if he goes outside. This guy over here has got Sterling if he goes inside. Now, let's keep a close eye on this guy who's got Sterling on the inside and see who out-executes who. If you'll notice, bang, he came up and jumped on Sterling. Now, if he did that because of the play action, I don't know. If he did that because he was guessing, I don't know that either. But I'll tell you what, in either case, he's dead wrong because now he's out of position, and look how it hurts him. He's chasing Sterling now. The other guy can't help him. He's chasing Sterling now. Touchdown, Packers. Good call, good play design, and good execution. It all adds up to a Packer victory, regardless of what happened in the previous 58 minutes.
The first question in the press conference was, how's it feel to win ugly? I don't, that's not in my vocabulary. A win, it's a wonderful thing.
All right, yes. Terrific. Thank you. Time to pick the Packer Play of the Week, and our guest contestant is?
John Andrzejewski.
And John, if you get this right, you win a set of Packer Hall of Fame collector cards, courtesy of Champion Cards. John, have you ever stood right next to a Packer Hall of Famer?
I don't know.
You don't have a clue, do you, John?
No.
Okay, better get on with it then. What is the Packer Play of the Week?
Brett Favre throwing the ball to Sterling Sharp.
All right, John, give me a high five. Yes, that is the Packer Play of the Week.
Play of the Week is sponsored by Ray's Tires, Green Bay and Appleton. Sooner or later, you'll own Generals.
Is there any doubt about this one? The Packers need a touchdown to win, and they get it. Brett Favre to Sterling Sharp for the score. Coming back to win the close ones, that's what playoff seasons are made of, and that's why that touchdown is our Packer Play of the Week.
We didn't really want Brett to come in and throw for 400 yards. We didn't really need that. We just needed him to just control, just like he did, like a veteran's supposed to, hit Sterling, clockwork, win the game, get out of there.
Thank you. Time to pick the Packer Player of the Week, and our guest contestant is?
Lori Olson.
And Lori, if you get this right, you win a night in the Super Deluxe Packer Quarters right here at the Holiday Inn City Center, where John Mino is known to flamingo dance al natural.
Okay.
Sound pretty good?
Sounds pretty good.
Okay, who is the Packer Player of the Week?
I'm going to have to say Brett Favre.
You're going to have to say that?
I'm going to have to.
Brett, would you agree? It was up to me, and you are the Packer Player of the Week, all right? Good job, Lori.
Player of the Week, sponsored by Batteries Plus, America's Battery Stores, and Snyder Drugstores of northeastern Wisconsin and upper Michigan.
Brett Favre's numbers yesterday, a small part of his story. He plays to win, and it shows. Favre going for it all. He sells out for the goal line and pays the price, but he'd get up and make the Buccaneers pay. Brett Favre leading the Packers to victory by example, and that's why he's our Packer Player of the Week.
I was bent down and was hurting, but, you know, in that situation, I couldn't let the guys down. You know, we'd come too far, you know, for me to stop right there.
All right, coming up, a short break on the front side. Reggie on the flip side. More with Brett Favre. Don't go away, please. All right.
Reggie's World is sponsored by Team BAME.
You know, we'll be doing ourselves some justice if we, you know, win this one and just keep going. And hopefully we can clinch the division before the season is over with.
Larry McCarren's Locker Room is sponsored in part by your Packerland Ford dealers. Budweiser, fresh, pure, natural. Proud to be your Bud.
And we are back with Brett Favre. Brett, I had a guy call me last week, and he was serious. He says, why doesn't Brett play both ways? He's such a good tackler. What's going on? Is that a momentary loss of muscular control or what?
I think it's just a little bit of excitement. Those 2 times I tackled Darryl and Edgar was just, at that time, it was such a big play for us. I just lost control, and Mike finally calmed me down and said, hey, if you do it again, it's $2,000. So
there we go.
No more tackling. I had to come with, you know,
foreign tackling.
Maybe some blocking or something from now on.
Now, obviously, you're having fun right there, Brett. But earlier in the year, there was an article in the Press Gazette. A headline said something to the effect that it's not as much fun as it used to be. What exactly were you referring to there?
Well, I think this year there were a lot more expectations of this team that we put on ourselves, the fans have put on us, the media has put on us, and that's true. And we're trying a lot harder, and really it's going a lot better. We're in first place. I mean, what else can you ask for? And there's still a lot of people complaining. There's the media complaining. You know, what else do you want? And the stats are not quite as good as they were last year, but I'd much rather have a rating of 70 as opposed to 100 when your record is in first place than last year when we were trying to get to 500.
Absolutely.
And that's what matters to us.
All right. Talking about that a little bit. Ron Wolf says, hey, Brett Favre's improving. Mike Holmgren says Brett Favre's improving, better player than he was last year. Yet the fans, like you said, are impatient. Does that weigh on you at all, or are you like, hey, they're just there? How do you look at that end of it?
Well, not really. In some ways it does, in some ways it doesn't. We're in first place, and we're happy. We really are. But I just want the fans to understand that we're in first place, you know. So what if I throw a 1-yard touchdown as opposed to a 75-yard touchdown? It doesn't matter. And they just have to understand that. And, you know, would you rather us win the Super Bowl, or would you rather us throw 75-yard touchdowns every week and lose? You know, that's what I'm looking for. And, you know, we're going to be there eventually. How long has it been since the Packers have been in first place? I don't know.
Don't look at me. It wasn't when I was there, I can assure you.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, you'd have to be patient. You know, it doesn't always look good, but the job is done, and that's all we're asking. Brett,
your own personal opinion, how is the year going for you through your eyes?
I'm enjoying it. You know, I'm having a great year. You know, I'm just, hey, we're winning. Hey, it doesn't matter if I go 0 for 30 in a game and we win the game, I'm very happy. That plane ride back, you know, guys are hugging and high-fiving and kissing and doing whatever it takes, you know, because we won the game, you know. But but if you lose, you know, and you look good losing, you know, there's no time where you can look good losing. But some people can accept that, and we can't. So, you know, our bottom line is to win and win a Super Bowl here, and we're going to do whatever it takes to get there.
Brett, we're getting short. Yes. We're a little short on time, but I got to ask you, the contract situation, how does it stand? What's going on? Are you going to become a zillionaire?
Right now, you know, me and the kickers in the league, we're right on base, you know, as far as pay scale, and I'm not really worried about it. Sure, we'd all like to have financial security, and I'd be the first to tell you that. But it's not for me to decide. It's for my agent and for those guys to decide. I'd love to be a Packer for the rest of my life, and it's up to them. And hopefully I'll be here. And I just got to keep playing well. We got to keep winning, and that'll take care of itself.
All right, coming up, we'll have questions for Brett from our live audience right here at the Holiday Inn City Center. We'll be right back.
Who's the authority on tough hits?
Reggie White.
Who's the authority on tough trucks?
Your Packerland Ford dealer.
Right now, your Packerland Ford dealer can save you $1,700 on F-Series, $1,900 on Ranger, $1,900 on Explorer. There's hundreds of America's best sellers in stock. Hurry, there's only one place to get a new Ford truck.
The authority.
The Truck Authority, your Packerland Ford dealer.
You could watch the Chicago Packer-Bear game on TV at home, or you could watch the Chicago Packer-Bear game on TV while you party in the club seats at Lambeau Field. Enjoy contests, prizes, great food, and refreshments. Get the hottest Packer-Bear tickets in town and get ready for one tremendous party. December 5th at Lambeau Field. $8 for adults, children 12 and under $6. Proceeds benefit Special Olympics. For the hottest tickets in town, stop by the Packer Pro Shop or any Express Convenience Center.
All right. Thank you. Welcome back to the Locker Room Show. Brett Favre is our very special guest tonight. We have some questions for him. Your name?
Andrea.
And Andrea, what's your question?
Which opposing defensive lineman gives you the most trouble?
Well, there's several, but probably Richard Dent's one of them because we have to play him twice. I'd probably have to say this year the Chicago Bears defensive line as a whole probably gives us the most trouble.
All right, your name?
Shelly?
And Shelly, what's your question?
Well, before I ask my question, I have one thing to say. My family and I are your biggest fans.
Thank you.
Well, good, Shelly. I'm glad we could supply a forum for you and your family. Go ahead.
Now my question is, do you enjoy playing for the Packers as much as you did in the beginning?
Very much so, I do. When I was in Atlanta, I was watching from the sidelines. Now I'm in the games playing, and I tell you what, really, and I mean this honestly, the fans here are so much better. You know, the games are always, we were in the second round of the playoffs in Atlanta, and we could barely sell the place out. It's sold out here if you're 0-15, so it's great.
All right, that's all we have time for, unfortunately. By the way, our young helpers from the audience receive Packers' 75th anniversary cards, courtesy of Champion Cards, while the oldies but goodies receive a gift courtesy of Bud Light and the fine folks at Dean and Tri-County Distributing. Gifts like the ones being shown to us by the ultra-fabulous Bud Girls. All right. I've lost my train of thought. We'll be right back.
A Few Minutes with John Mino is sponsored by Cops, where you can win the best seats in the house.
All right, here's A Few Minutes with Mino and his trip into the ever-full locker room mailbag.
Hi, welcome once again to Letters for Larry. All right, dug into Larry's mailbox and came out with some of the fan letters that I know he would never answer on his own. Our first one comes to us from Scott from Rhinelander. Dear Larry, I'm a very big fan of yours and would like to follow in your footsteps. Do you have any advice? How can I become just like you? I think you are the best. P.S. My sister thinks you're cute. Well, Scott, first of all, I would say you're on the right track. He does respond very favorably to sucking up. But secondly, just knowing Larry the way I do, I think you should just live your life the way Larry does. Start out each day with a big smile, a hearty hello to everyone you greet. Secondly, work on your circle of friends. Remember, you will be judged on the company you keep. Larry keeps that in mind.
Go like this. Got her.
And thirdly, yes, this is the entertainment business, but Larry is also a professional. Credibility is king. Never, ever lose credibility for sake of a cheap laugh. Okay. Our next letter comes to us from a local high school which prefers to not have their name used. Dear Larry, last spring we wrote to you asking for personal advice on how to bulk up for the upcoming football season. We know that you went from a relatively lightweight center to a robust 275-pound All-Pro. At the time, our offensive linemen averaged 140 pounds per man, and to be quite honest with you, we were getting tired of constantly being pushed around by the computer club at school. Well, as you can see by this video we're sending you, we followed your advice. We bulked up. In fact, our parents, coaches, and friends are amazed at how we seem to mature right before their very eyes. We went through the season undefeated and are looking forward to our sophomore year. Thanks again, Mr. McCarren. You're an inspiration to all of us former little guys who are now the big men on campus. Okay, and our final letter comes to us, Joey from Marinette. Dear Larry, I am an avid collector of football cards and notice your cards sell in the 50-cent range. I was wondering if you have any insight as to whether or not this would be a good investment. Will they increase in value in the near future? Well, Joey, actually, I can help you on this one. I'm an avid collector of football cards myself, and believe it or not, I have recently acquired a vast collection of Larry McCarren cards. Now, I also have some insider information. I shouldn't share this with the public, but I will because it's for a special cause. Yes, these cards will increase in value. That's the word I got from some of the insiders in the market. In fact, I can help you out if you're looking to buy some of these cards. Here's the information. The best thing about it, all proceeds will be going to charity. So really, this is a great chance to not only build up your collection with cards, which some say will be hotter than the 1968 Nolan Ryan rookie card. Send $20 cash. We will accept 2 10s to an extremely worthwhile cause. Believe me, I do have people up there who will distribute the money to the worthwhile causes. So what better time to help out a great cause and build up your collection at the same time. For Larry's Locker Room, I'm John Mino.
Mino's a jerk. Brett, our clock has run out. Thank you for being here and get well soon. Thank you for watching, and you get well soon, too. Until next time, take care. Terrific audience. Thank you very much.
Larry McCarren's Locker Room has been sponsored in part by Pomps. At Pomps, we know tires. You should know Pomps. Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you to please drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. By your Packerland Ford dealers. Player guests on Locker Room receive gift certificates courtesy of Rogan Shoes, Putzer's Menswear, Gregory's of Oshkosh, Kopp's Food Centers. Player transportation provided by Crystal Coach Limousine Service. Best seats courtesy of WGNR Furniture.